All right, guys. I'm bringing you a comparison today of Johnny, myself, and Jake's runs here yesterday. We were out playing in the snow, of course, and we ran this quick little three target course. And all we're doing is moving to the first one, double tap, moving to the second one, double tap, moving to the third one, double tap. It's a really quick exercise. It's great for honing in some of those fine muscle controls and just doing repeatable exercises, things we should be doing anyway, and seeing where our deficiencies are. And that's what we're going to go into here. Is the three of us? I think we all had solid runs, but there's definitely some room for improvement on each of ours. And each of us have different techniques and different ways of going about it, and we each have places we can practice. So let's start with Johnny's. The first thing I want you to notice here: watch the split between when the timer goes off and when Johnny starts moving. If that was 200ths of a second, I mean, he was gone. He was already moving. The thing that I think slowed him down between his first movement and getting to that target, which was 2.5 seconds, not horrible. But the thing that I think slowed him down a little bit here is when he first starts moving, his left arm is still driving and moving instead of going to get that pistol. His left arm isn't reacting to be supportive; it's driving. His also I think his right arm, because of that, because Johnny knows he's not ready to have that support arm in place, he hasn't gotten his weapon to clear the scabbard yet. So watch what he does right there. Watch when Johnny's weapon clears the scabbard. It's right there. It's right as his foot is anchoring to the ground and about to be there for the first shot. So, bam, it comes out and he shoots. If that was his intention, that's not horrible either, but it means that his actual his timer for that shot, for that first shot, is starting as he's getting to the target. Instead of having his pistol all up and ready to engage the target as he stops, he's having to bring it up as he's stopping for the target. So it brings another level of complication, and I think he should have been if he had done it, if he had drawn the weapon as he was moving a little more efficiently, I think he would have been in about the 2.1 area to get to that first target. Now, the next thing I'm going to point out here is his split time. His split is 0.45, but I know why, and I know the secret here. I want to go back here, and we're going to listen to his first double tap. You ready? Did you guys hear that? Let's go back. Make sure everyone hears it together. Almost identical sound. Ding, ding. And we're getting almost the same note out of steel. That means we're hitting somewhere near the same place here. Let's see about the second target. Very similar, and we're getting a similar split. And then the third one was a little bit faster and maybe a little bit more tonal difference, but not much. And you hear by the volume of the steel as well that he's hitting somewhere really near center mass. So Johnny is probably the most accurate among us with his double taps, but because of that accuracy, he's paying for that in speed, okay? He's paying for the accuracy with speed, and I think he could, with a little bit of practice, I think Johnny can cut these splits in half. I really think Johnny should be in the low 20s. I mean, it's a Kimber 2K11 that he's shooting, has a great single stage trigger on it. He should be right there in the 0.2, 0.212 or somewhere around 0.21, 0.22, somewhere around there. I think he's got that in him, and I think we'll see him there very quickly once he notices that that's the thing that's holding him back. The other thing that holds him back just a little bit, and I think, is that his speed of movement, his acceleration from zero to full speed is a little bit slower than some of the young guys, but hey, we got gray hair. It's just what we got. Let's go ahead and look at mine since I went directly after him, and we'll tear this apart real quick. Okay, the first thing we're going to notice, and let's just get it out of the way, right out of the gate. I am much slower in reaction time. It's a beep, take a breath, and then I go. Okay, I am much slower in reaction time, but my pistol clears the holster as I'm moving. Before my first real big step, my pistol's already cleared the holster. Watch. So that's where I made up that time. My reaction time was bad, but I'd already cleared before I even made that first full step. I don't know what that little hop thing was I'm doing. I'm coming to a stop and then hopping. I'm coming to a stop and then hopping. It's like I'm solid and then I'm just double verifying I'm solid. It's kind of weird. It worked. The one thing that I did really well on this, and I'm gonna not to brag, but I want to point him out because this is really what saves me. This is what keeps me anywhere in the mixture. Is my first split was 0.20. My second split was 0.19, and my third split was 0.19. So my splits are really quick. I have a good double tap. Now that is an M&P 2.0 with a stock trigger. It's not a performance center model. It's just a stock M&P 2.0. I do have a Apex trigger kit that I'm probably gonna put in it here this next week, and we'll see if I can get those splits a little faster. My shots though, you could also hear. Let's listen to them real quick. The first two were very much in the same place because I'm riding that recoil. I've got a really good handle on the way that gun shoots now, so I'm able to ride that recoil and get back on target very quickly. The third set you heard was much more dissonant in the tones, so I definitely hit two different places on the target, which means maybe I got a little lucky on that one. But with that time, I'm going to be okay with it. Okay, and now the third one we're going to watch is Jake, and Jake's going to do two runs. The first run is going to go badly, and we're going to talk about why it went badly, and the second one was great, and we're going to talk about what made it great and where he still has room for improvement. So let's look at that real quick. All right, so right out of the gate, he starts moving. His hand's going down to the pistol, but this left arm hasn't moved at all. Matter of fact, that left arm went out like that, like he's a linebacker trying to clear a blocker or something. And he gets on target here, and when he gets on target, looks solid, but his left hand, watch that again, his left hand comes all the way out to meet his pistol. If he had been riding up his inside, he would have been a lot quicker. Look, Drew, and his left hand is all the way in front coming to it. So he wasn't back here coming into it and writing it out. He was coming to it up in front. And that's where it all fell apart, right there. Now, I think he hit on both of those that first double tap. I think he actually hit. I think he actually hit both those. But because the second one was so far off, it barely rang, and he didn't register the double tap, so he kept shooting at it and let himself get frazzled by it here a little bit. There you go. Did I get that one? But he's still frazzled. Takes him a second. And now he's upset. He recovered by the end. He's a little upset. He didn't want to see a 9 on there, so he's a little upset. But I want to talk about look at the splits. Okay, we're talking about 0.3 on the last pair. On the first pair here, that split was 0.19. So that's the same split I'm rocking, but it got a little wild and a little bit away from him. The rest of them, were 0.3 and 0.38 and things like that. So really what happened is he had a good first split, didn't register it because he didn't register that second ding. It set his mentality off. He got over that next target and kind of struggled to pull it back together. And he pulled it back together by the end, but it was over by that point. That's why you hear me on the video say it's all over but the crying. I mean, it's a hard thing to recover from. But in true Jake fashion, he goes, I want to do it again. I want to do it again. So we're going over and we're going to do it again. All right, so let's recover from that 0.91 here. Let's see. Here we go. So here we go, and we're going to watch this. Now we're going to critique this one, and let's see what he changes. So that first step was a lot faster, and the reaction time was a lot faster. But he still has that left hand swinging wildly, while his right hand's coming down to his gun. That's going to put him off balance. And when he comes back, now that left hand has to come from all the way back here, all the way up here to get to the gun. And so you're going to watch that swing. And so he's established his grip way out in front of him instead of establishing his grip back here and driving it forward. What ends up happening when you do that is you end up having a softer grip because you're going to stab it earlier and then lock into it. So he may have to readjust his grip. Luckily, we're dealing with short strings of fire. We're doing double tap, movement, double tap. So during that movement period, he has time to reestablish that grip. Now watch this here. Has a much slower split than he had the first time because he was cognizant of not hearing that second ring that first time, and so he's looking to really make sure he's hitting that target well. But he's down at 0.26, still good fast time, but we know he can do better. Now that second split, 0.24, good solid split time. And look at that, last one's 0.28. All those split times were faster than the second, third sets on his first run, and they were all more accurate. He settled down and got into the shot instead of worrying about the last one and what happened on the last one. Now I want you to watch his movement style. Okay. Boom, locks down, sits down into it, doesn't hop like I do, except I done that one. I guess both of the last ones he did hop like I do. Hopped into it, but he got a 640. His movement is where his speed's at right now, but he's getting close to real speed on the double taps as well. I think he needs a new trigger for the Glock, my personal opinion. A new trigger for the Glock, and he needs to refine that movement when he's bringing his pistol to bear right out of the gate instead of have that support hand way off in left field during his movement. He needs to tuck it all in and be a faster package. Really cool stuff, man. We had a great time yesterday. Anyone who's been looking for a place to practice and train, hit us up, and we might be able to accommodate you coming out and join us. But hope you're all having a great life, and talk to you soon.